Welcome, Ultimate Hoops. I'm here with Lucas Carandros and Crystal Lambert, our statisticians and analysts here at this week 3, really, week 2 at Schaumburg and Bloomingdale. You guys, we got a new development here this season in Schaumburg and Bloomingdale with the playoffs consisting of both clubs. Players committee deciding who's seated where at the end of the season. Crystal, how do you think that's going to benefit just overall the hype of the league and mix it up a little bit?
I think that it brings excitement to the league because too many times I've seen games at the end of the season where you have the championship game within the ball club, but then when each ball club play against each other, there's a no-show. There's barely a couple players. And even within the ball club, when there is a championship game, sometimes it's prolonged and it should be right away, whereas it could be a week or so out, and then you don't have as many people showing up or enthused about it. Whereas you can have bragging rights for your own ball club saying, hey, we both played a rigorous league, and we beat everybody in the league. So we have bragging rights to that.
Lucas, as a player, what do you think about it? You're playing in both leagues. What element does that add?
I think it'll be more competitive this season, but in my opinion, I mean it'll be a nice new change for the league.
Well, you got 2 chances to either take a banner to Bloomingdale or to Schaumburg because you're playing one in each. Which one of your teams, off the record, do you think has the best chance?
Probably my team in Schaumburg. Watch the Throne.
Okay. So let's roll over Schaumburg. Crystal, you've seen enough games there at Schaumburg. Lucas, you have obviously. Who is your clear front runner right now at Schaumburg?
Well, I don't know all the team names, but I do like Watch the Throne. But I also like I don't know who they play for. Like, you gotta ask Lucas.
Who's on the team?
You gotta ask Lucas because I've only been to one.
All right. Lucas, you obviously just watched the Throne, but besides your team, who poses the biggest threat there?
I think Fast and Furious actually would give us kind of a problem. You know, they've got Jasker Demby, who's arguably one of the best big men in the league, and then Corey Little, who's one of the best shooters in this league. So they might give us a problem if we match up with them.
Did you guys you both saw that game last night between Post Traumatic and Fast and Furious? Both big mans going at it. Nick Cordero, Jasker Demby. What do you like about that matchup?
A couple things. Josh, he's very assertive. He goes to the basket. So does Nick, but Nick is just a little more, I don't want to say soft, but soft is what I'm going to use. He gets rebounds and don't put them back with authority, whereas Josh, if he misses, he get the rebound and there's a guaranteed putback for him. So I like that matchup. To me, though, if it was going to be between the both, I would take Josh over Nick.
We actually caught up with Jasker last night, so let's tune in there quick. Ultimate Hoops, I'm here at Schaumburg tonight. I'm here with Jack Demby of Fast and the Furious. Big game tonight. You guys playing against the champs, Post Traumatic. You had a tough assignment early on with Nick Cordero. What was your game plan from the get-go? I mean, you came in late, but what did you know you had to do?
I mean, just give him a little space, man. Don't let him put his body on him. He likes to put his body on you, get those moves on the boat. So just give him some space and make him shoot over me.
Do you feel like you took him out of his game?
Yeah, a little bit. I made him uncomfortable. Brought him outside the paint, had him shooting some jumpers. Just mixing up, just throwing different looks at him.
Out there on the court right now with this group of guys, it's kind of a new brand, and except for you played with Corey before, obviously. How great do you think the team chemistry feels so far?
It's pretty good. Everybody's moving the ball. We got some shooters out there. Me and Corey, switch off on and off the post. I think the chemistry is something to build on. But hey, we're new. We're playing well. So.
Okay. So I got a couple other questions for you, kind of unrelated to the game here. Whose game do you think your game most resembles in the NBA?
A lot of people told me LaMarcus Aldridge. He can step out, hit the mid-range jumper. Got a variety of moves on the block. Long and lengthy like him. So, yeah. Marcus Aldridge.
Okay, that's a good comparison. And then, are you a Bulls fan?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, who's your team if you can't pick the Bulls?
OKC. I like Kevin Durant, man. It sucks that he's out right now, but you know that's the MVP. So, but yeah, that's if it's not the Bulls, OKC.
You think some of those other guys that haven't got a lot of minutes, like Perry Jones, are going to step in there and play big?
Yeah. Lamb is looking good. The new guy Morrow that they picked up, he's a shooter. He's looking good. You know, I think they'll be serviceable. You know, until he comes back, shouldn't be too bad. I said they still finish at least top 3 in the West. So
they played my Wolves in preseason the other night and had like 25 turnovers. They need to clean that up a little bit.
Oh yeah. That's the growing pains, man. It's a young team. They missing their MVP. You know Westbrook can turn over even though he's a vet, but they'll get it rolling.
As long as Fast and Furious isn't anything like them right now, right?
Right.
All right, there he is, Jack Demby. All right, we're back here. So, which team do you think is the weakest at Schaumburg? Who needs to do some work? Who needs to go in, shoot some baskets till midnight?
I like the free agent team because they have a lot of energy, but because of their size and knowledge of the game, I don't think that they're going to, even though they did really well against the team last night, I don't think that they have enough basketball knowledge and IQ to win many games.
Okay. All right, guys, let's roll over to Bloomingdale. We've seen a few games this week, obviously. That's what she said without Brian Evans right now. Is that team, when he's back, are they the favorites, even though they lost tonight?
No. I have a couple missing pieces. I mean, Pete is very uninvolved this season. I don't know why, but I think he's a very good player. I don't know if, how it's going to sit with Brian Evans with the addition with KJ, only because he's point guard. KJ's a point guard. So what other position will KJ play besides point guard when Brian Evans get here? Because Brian Evans is Mr. Triple-Double, and part of being a triple-double is if you have to pass. So being a passer, he'll be the person bringing up the ball. So I don't think they'll be a favorite, though. They will be great. They will be good, and they could make it to the finals, but I don't think they're going to win.
Caught up with KJ tonight after the game. Let's see what he has to say. We're back here at Bloomingdale. I'm here with Malcolm, KJ Adams of That's What She Said, recently acquired. KJ, tough loss this week. What were the keys there? What didn't you guys do well?
Well, I think really part of the problem was that we were undersized this week. They had some bigs that we weren't prepared for, and we got really in the paint is where we got beat, out-rebounded. You know, we tried to come back, but just didn't work out for us.
Brian Evans has been gone for the past 2 games here, honeymoon in it, 10 days, Jamaica, What's this team going to be like when he comes back?
I feel sorry for the rest of the league when he comes back, because he's coming back with a vengeance. And when he gets back, we are going to go take every game.
All right. Is that you're declaring it's a wipeout, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say a wipeout, but we're going to be much more effective. He's the best player in the league by far. He's Mr. Triple-Double, and that's our best player. So he's going to be welcome back.
All right, KJ. Going to change it up quick. Whose game do you think your game resembles the most? Current NBA players, past NBA players?
I would probably say more so, okay, I'm not exactly like him, but I try to be like him, like Chris Paul, like really running the offense, making it work, and then scoring and shooting when I have to. So I would say that I'm trying to be like a Chris Paul.
So that's who you're trying to be like.
Yeah.
Does that mean who you are?
No, he's Chris Paul. I'm KJ.
All right. You a Bulls fan? They your favorite team?
I am a Bulls fan. I'm looking forward to the Bulls playing. I was really happy about Derrick Rose, 30 points in the last preseason game. He got that explosion back. But Kyrie Irving, is pretty good too. So I'm looking forward to the Bulls season, no doubt.
Rumor has it your second favorite team is the Cavaliers. Is that true?
No, I wouldn't say that. My second favorite team is the San Antonio Spurs. which everyone has kind of forgotten about, you know, all the hype, but they actually won the NBA championship last year, so I'm riding with them right now.
You know, Crystal Lambert, she's a big Cavaliers fan. I think she likes them over the Bulls. What do you think of that?
You know what? I really respect Crystal, you know, and we'll have to wait and see. About 30 games in, we'll see where we're at.
All right, there's KJ this week in Bloomingdale.
Peace.
All right, Lucas. What team do you think poses the biggest threat here at Bloomingdale?
Bulls.
Anything to add to that?
I mean,
Why are they?
Well, we've played together over in Schaumburg, but the team split up over there in Schaumburg, so we decided to bring it over here in Bloomingdale and raise the banner. But we've got height, we've got scorers. So
I think the Bulls are a really good team, but I don't think they're consistent. You have KP who can shoot, but then he shoots when he wants to shoot. If he's having a bad day, that means he's not going to have a good game. You have Mike, who doesn't really get involved in the game until the end. I mean, he had big rebounds. I think he had 11 rebounds, but he had 8 of those rebounds in the last 5 minutes. So that and then Quinn, I think Quinn potentially could be a good player, but he's so hesitant and he misses too many layups to be 7-11. And I'm not finished. Thank you. I'm not finished though. And then also, I think Lucas want to interrupt me, but I think Lucas will be a big threat in the long run, just because people forget about him. He has a really good, he's a really good spot shooter, and if you feed him when he needs to be fed, he'll knock down shots. But I really think, what's the no size with Mike coming from Warrenville, people don't know how he play. They don't know how he slice and dice. And he doesn't say much. He just put the ball in the basket. So I think that's what she said will be a huge competitor for this league.
Mike is MVP of the summer season at Warrenville, so that is a huge punch for No Size Light. You wanted to add something about that, Lucas?
as Crystal was talking about Quinn, I say he needs to be more aggressive, grabbing rebounds and going up to the basket. He does that, we're golden.
Lucas is picking his own teams here to win it all. What do you think of that?
But that's just coming from a person with an experience. See, you have to look at the teams in a whole. You always want to root for yourself, but sometimes reality sits in, and then you have to really depict and analyze what you're saying. Not this, but I think Lucas is a great player. I think that he just get overlooked at times.
Crystal, you were. I told you earlier tonight that you should be mic'd up while you're at the table there. What did that first game was enjoyable for you with All Black Everything against Lake Show? What happened to Lake Show? What did All Black Everything do differently? What did you see there?
Well, I think that first half, All Black Everything wasn't playing really good defense and didn't have any offense going. Bobby Rhodes came out. I think he had 22 points in the first half, so he was literally carrying the team because they had 42 points in the first half. Anthony, the referee, didn't do well at all. He's twerking, Elston. Anthony, the referee, didn't do well at all. He shot 7 threes in the first half and didn't make any, which is not really good because he's a three-point shooter. And I know that sometimes you have that happen. But I think that Lake Show came out aggressive. Sean Richardson had 13 assists, I believe, or 11 assists in the first half, which was really, really good. I think that he got very lax second half, thinking they're going to win. But then again, Anthony, the referee, came out and really, had 2 daggers with 2 threes back-to-back. And then you had Bobby, who was unstoppable, getting and-ones left and right. You would think that Dan from Lake Show was going to shoot better, but they had him locked down. With Eric coming alive, shooting more in the second half, and he locked him down. If he ball faked and Eric went the other way, someone else was making sure that Dan wasn't shooting a shot. So I think that the helper defense was great. It's phenomenal, actually, for All Black Everything.
Lucas, you got to hear Crystal during that game while she was taking stats. What did you think about how excited she was getting for All Black Everything?
I mean, there was some smack talk. Me and her were talking amongst ourselves, saying Eric needed to be more aggressive. I told him at halftime, demand the ball more. It was a fun game to watch. There was a lot of criticism, smack talk, but Crystal and I do that every game up here when we're taking stats.
Does the smack talk not only at the table but on the court, does that make it that much more exciting for you guys and everybody else?
It makes it exciting for me only because when they do it, I tell them to do it because I'm very loud. When they do it, I tell them to do, and they actually, put it together on the floor. Not to say they listen to me, but when they do it, I think that makes me very, very happy, especially when they play defense. That last defensive stop, even you, Chad, know that was a good defensive stop. When Dan, he kept trying to shoot, but it was defender after defender locking him up, then they got the steal. Followed by the and one, Bobby did on it.
For me, it depends really who's talking smack.
Like, how so?
I mean, it all depends. If it's a good ball player talking smack, and I'll find it kind of funny sometimes. But I mean, if it's one of like the not so great ball players out here in this league talking, I just start laughing.
Good point. So we are going to be heading into week 3. Teams are they're already taking shape. You guys have any players that you're just really excited to see this season?
I really, even though I watch Mike play at Warrenville all the time, I get excited when he plays because he's so aggressive on both offense and defense.
Like Avalon?
Yes, that's what she said. I'm sorry, that's plays for No Size Light.
What about you, Lucas?
I'm actually excited to see Ryan Harris playing with us this season.
Where at?
In Schaumburg on Watch the Throne.
Oh, new development here. Okay.
How is that going to work out?
We got this, Crystal.
I just want to know, put the mic over here, please. I want to know how is that going to work. Ryan being a shooter, Bobby being a shooter, Lucas want to shoot. Who else you have over there?
Freddie, Van, and Pat.
Okay, Fred is a shooter. That's too many powerhouses on one team to me. That's almost like, don't remember the year, but that's like the Lakers when they try to put every legend on the team that could possibly.
Gary Payton, Karl Malone.
And you know what happened? It was a bust. Like Blackjack. It was just a bust.
Blackjack.
Well, there are a lot of egos, but in order to win, we need to make sacrifices. That's what.
Who's making you?
I'll make the sacrifice if I have to.
When it needs to. It got to be at least Bobby or Ryan or Freddie. Those are 3. That could be potentially 3 different teams to build around. Why would you put all those people on one team?
If you've noticed lately, Bobby doesn't really look to score in games anymore.
Except for tonight.
Unless he really has to.
See, you can't have an argument.
But that's the thing. Bobby's got scorers around his team.
Just because you have scores don't mean you won't have that killer mentality. Any person with a killer mentality is going to try to do everything. I mean, if you don't have a killer mentality, sit on the bench. You would never play on my team. Never.
All right, everyone. There it is, a little debate with Crystal and Lucas. We're going to roll it over to Warrenville now. And I'm just Lucas, sorry we're going to cut you out, but thank you for tuning in. Crystal, Warrenville here. What you got to see all the teams last week. It's kind of developing pretty balanced from at least 1 through 5.
Yeah.
What is it boom squads to take again this year, or is there a new big threat? I know there was a big addition last week with Elise to No Size Light.
Yeah, I think No Size with, I don't remember his name. What's his name?
Elise?
Yeah, Elise. He's huge for No Size because even though No Size have shooters, have Jason, who will, work with his team no matter who's on the floor. With Elise, you have inside and outside presence, and then that way you give openings like for Dave to shoot and for what's his name?
No, you're thinking of Devin? No?
Devin. Sorry, he plays for No Size here.
Oh, Jake? No, Jake's not on it. Oh, AJ.
AJ. Gives AJ a chance to shoot because even though AJ don't shoot a lot, when he does shoot, he has a high percentage three-point shooting percentage. So I think that No Size will do very well. I kind of look forward for Mike. Is it Mike Rose?
Yep.
To play better. He's not assertive to me. Some days he want to play really hard. Other days he don't. If he play hard, he'll carry his team, no doubt, because they had an addition to their team, and I think they'll do great. I don't think that the last team with Jamie and some other guys on there, it's like a
Marcus Williams and stuff.
They're not gonna. They won't be as good because they have too many people who want to shoot but aren't scorers. So that poses a problem.
With this new team,
Yes. They want to shoot but don't have a lot of scoring.
but they have better rebounders.
That's it. And then we have your team that's in there with Mike, and you have Carl, and you have yourself. That's always going to be a tough matchup because you guys, if you're not scoring, you're playing really good defense. If you're scoring, you're not playing as well as defense, but you're playing enough to win. So I think that's always good for your team.
Then you got Rob's team and Thunder Down Under, kind of like the free agents, and the Los brothers. Which of those three kind of joins the conversation?
Los brothers, because for some reason, and I could be stepping outside of my boundaries, but I guess that's what I do. The Los brothers, right? One thing about them is when people, it's a general stereotype when you look at people and if they can play or not. But if you've been watching these guys, all of them can hoop, regardless of how they dribble the ball, regardless of how they put the ball in the basket. If they put the ball in the basket and playing defense, they are competitors. And it doesn't matter what they look like. I think that they're a great team, and I've always been a fan of Los since I started watching Warrenville, only because around the perimeter, around the between the from block to block, and then around the horn, he hits most of his shots, and he's very long. So it's either you're gonna foul him, he either and one, or you can just try to distract him from shooting. That's about all you can do. Then they have his brother, the taller one. He's a very good perimeter shooter, and he can take the ball off the dribble really well. So I think, and they can all hustle.
And they added Jake Williams to the team.
And Jake from No Size Life in Bloomingdale. Jake is great add to the team because they need someone who's going to bring up the ball. And Jake just don't bring up the ball. Unlike KJ, no offense, he has a lot of Chris Paul in him. He does not take crazy shots. He isn't a selfish player. He's a pass first point guard. Of course you have to be, but when he does shoot, you better believe he's gonna make it. So that's kind of hard to guard.
We're gonna catch up with one of the players tonight here. Quick Hoops. I'm here with Mike Rose. Mike's still on the phone here. You ready to take this?
Oh, yeah.
You
What's
good now?
going on?
Okay.
Sorry, Peter.
Mike, Power Rankings called you out this week, asked you where you were. What was your stat line last week? Do you know?
I think I had 9 points and a horrible game. Like it said that on the stats, 9 points in a horrible game. So that's what I think I had.
That was your motivation this week?
No, my motivation was one of you guys posted something that said, "Where was Mike Rose?" And I didn't really like the comment. So what I did was the day of the game, I went to the gym, put in some work, got tired, sure did, and I made sure I got some sleep. And I came back and I did what I had to do to help my team, and we got the win.
You did get the win.
Sure did.
I think you had 33, 13, 7, and 7 or something tonight?
Well, I didn't know that, but I'll take it.
Are we going to see that Mike Rose the rest of the season?
As long as y'all keep posting stat things like that, I think you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what Rob's got in store this week for you. What were the keys to that win tonight? You guys had to fight off a tough one in overtime.
We all came to play. We shot the ball well. Defensively, we could have did a little better, but we still played defense as a team. And I think that, brought us all together, gave us the confidence we need to beat these guys. They're not that good anyway. So all of that together, just pulled out a win.
What do you think of that shot by Will to tie it up against you guys there before at the end of regulation?
My sister could hit that shot as well. So I didn't think it was that good, but it went in.
But then you closed it out, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We all came together and hit some big shots at the end, so worked out in our favor.
All right. I don't know who you play next week, but I'm excited to see who you got.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds
Mike.
Thank
So,
you.
who are the players to watch out for over in that league? I mean, we kind of know some of the big headliners, but between Mike Avalon, Mike Rose, who else stands out? Give me a couple more. I mean, we saw Alex Bala put up 44 his first week for Thunder Down Under.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be a continuing trend, or is he kind of just had a big game?
That was a little bit fugazi for me because he 44 is great. It's a great statement to put on. But then when you come out and hit 8 points next game, and you missing close range shots, was it that you prayed about it before you did the 44, or did you didn't pray this time? I don't know. I'm just saying. When you, as a great players, still score, even though there was a time when LeBron had 7 and everyone was like, "What?" But then he had stats in every other category. Whereas this kid, he had no stats in every other category, and I think he ended up with 11 points, which is terrible because he was shooting close range shot, layups, he was blowing. Sorry.
Well, let's get back to that point there. We were just talking about LeBron. Talked about with KJ a little bit earlier. Cavs over Bulls. Is this true?
Did you see the game last night?
No, I did not.
Okay, so Cavs were over the Bulls. But, I think that the Cavs just like with the Heat, they bringing new players in, making sure everyone's on the same page. The reason why I think it's over, the Bulls have new players also. But with Derrick Rose, there's a lot of hype. I respect Derrick Rose. I think he's an awesome player. But I don't think that you can win ball games with when it's centered around a point guard. That's just myself. Because just because you have a great point guard, if you don't have anybody else that's going to put the ball in the basket, because if he's scoring and he's a point guard, then what other threat do you have? Even though you do have players on the team that can put the ball in the basket, but not to win championships. Now, are they great? Yeah, I mean, are they good? Yes, they're good. But I don't see them over the Cavaliers. And that's just not because I'm a LeBron fan, just because I'm a basketball player.
Okay, so Cavaliers, Bulls, conference finals. Who do you want to win?
Cavs. I won't even say the Cavs. I want LeBron to win.
You're from Illinois, right? Yes. Rockford?
Yes.
Close enough.
Illinois. Yes, I am. And I said again, Cavaliers. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Cavaliers. I want LeBron to win. I do have a Cavalier hat, though.
You gonna wear that next? Why don't you wear that tomorrow night?
Will do. Welcome to Warrenville Ultimate Hoops. Just to go ahead and get it out the way, this is a Cavaliers hat. Go LeBron. Anyway. So, AJ, Adam Johnson is not playing today. Why is that?
Because I have a sore knee. When you get a certain age, you got to start being smart so you can take care of your body a little better. So I'm kind of resting up, icing my knees. Hopefully I'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Okay, I saw you resting up at Bloomingdale yesterday as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be smart. Even though you got the competitive juices going, you want to get out there and play. You got to be smart about it. So I'm just trying to rest up. So like I said, hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be back.
All right, speaking of Bloomingdale, I was watching, I saw that you had a mixed team. Your team was mixed up with Warrenville's team. You had Mike, you had Chad, and then you also, one more, also had Jake on your team. So how does that make you feel now that they aren't on your team in Warrenville?
I mean, it's tough, man. It's all about competition. We intermix both teams. Hopefully the best team wins, though. So
the best team wins. Good answer. That's a safe answer. Very political. So another question I have for you is, when you're playing and your team is out there, right now you guys are winning 39-33, but usually you're out there helping Jason facilitate, and you're not out there right now. What are you seeing that's going on right now to cause you guys to only be up 6 against this team?
I mean, we were just up by double digits, and for the most part right now, guys, we kind of playing down. That's typical how we play. We play down to a lot of teams, so we end up in a dogfight. Right now, we turning the ball over, not rebounding, even though we got the biggest team out there, probably, arguably. Guys just got to turn it up. Bring it. They got to bring it.
So do you think at least that's on your team this season is bringing a lot to your team? Is he the one that's going to bring you guys home, or what do you think about this new substitution with you guys?
Absolutely. Boom Squad is a team that always out-rebounded, so at least it's going to help neutralize that, and we should be able to bring the championship back to no size where it belongs.
Okay, so you guys are legendary when it comes to Warrenville of no size. You guys played the most amount of games, most seasons. So do you think you're going to have the banner this year?
Absolutely. You can write that down, bookmark that today. What's the date? 22nd of October? Yeah, we bringing the championship back to no size, so you can write that one down.
Who's what? who is whether it's NBA, whether it's college, who do you compare the most to as an NBA or college player?
Man, that's kind of tough, man. I'm not a superstar or anything like that. I just like to play smart, throw the ball, help the team out on the court. So probably say somebody like maybe Mookie Blaylock or somebody, old school throwback cat. So
Okay, I can see you, little Mookie Blaylock, without the glasses, though, right?
absolutely.
All right, you heard it first. This is Adam Johnson, a.k.a. AJ. I hope I see you in the championship.
You will see me there, guaranteed.